Today we're doing lawn scalping, or maybe not. But in any case, we're about to start right now. Hi everyone, Rob, the Average Lawn Guy. Thanks for tuning in. For those of you who are new to my channel, I will do a series of do-it-yourself lawn care. In order not to miss out on any of this, subscribe now, hit that notification bell. So today is lawn scalping day, or is it? Well, lawn scalping is essentially you're taking down your brown bermuda down to bare dirt. And the reason you do that is to expose the soil to the sunlight. So as the soil warms up, your bermuda will start to wake up out of its dormancy and you'll start to see green on the turf. Now lawn scalping is perfectly fine, there is no issue with it. But the problem I have with it is a lot of clippings to deal with. You essentially have to take down your bermuda from 3 inches down to bare dirt at one time. That is way too much clippings. So in this video here, what I end up doing is 1/3 of my grass, I brought it down to 1.5 inches from 3 inches. And I've had to empty my bagger multiple times after about 3 to 4 passes. And at this rate, you're going to be at it all day long. So the way I work around this scalping is I don't scalp all at once. I actually do a baby scalp. So what it is you're bringing your turf down slowly over time. So my turf was actually at 3 inches. I brought it down from 3 to 2.5. And then the next week I bring it down from 2.5 to 2. And then the following week I bring it down from 2 to 1.5. Finally, after it hits 1.5, I come back with a different mower that's able to go down to 1 inch and bring it down to 1 inch, which is almost bare dirt. Doing it this way is less time consuming, you're able to manage the clippings much better, and it's much gentle on your equipment. Remember, scalping puts a heavy strain on your mower, so the last thing you want to do is put so much strain in your mower trying to take down 2 inches of grass down to bare dirt. So doing it this way is much more manageable. You're able to dispose of the clippings, you don't have to empty the baggers so often, and you're actually enjoying doing it. So cutting off a little bit at a time is actually one of the better ways to go instead of chopping it off all at once. So this here is a part of my lawn where I scalped to almost bare dirt right here. There's a little bit of brown here, but I'm not concerned. If you actually look very, very closely, you can see a little bit of green grass growing in right now. Try to point it out to you. There's a little green grass blade. I'm gonna move to another part of the lawn. There's more little green grass blades coming up. So it's coming up. So in order not to deal with any grass clippings, I would encourage you to actually start to bring your grass down little by little each week. And once you get to the lowest mower settings, you're good to go. You want to try to get it to 1 inch or under. Now we're here on the side of the lawn that hasn't been cut yet. And this is roughly about 2 inches of brown grass. But as I start to dig in here, you can see green blades starting to come up. One right here. One right here. So they're everywhere. They're hard to see unless you actually look closely. So if you decided not to scalp or not to bring your lawn down, what's going to happen is that these little grass blades have to come up past the brown in order to be exposed to the sunlight. And you will eventually get greening up, but it's going to take longer. So this is an overall shot of the lawn I've cut down. This 1/3 from this line going back, I did cut it down to 1.5 inches, but it was way too much clippings to deal with. But I purposely did that just to show you what's going to happen in a few weeks. I'll definitely update this. From this line going back, it's cut at 2 inches. Again, I can still see soil exposed after cutting this. but there's still a lot of grass clippings to get rid of. So week by week, I'm going to come back and cut it down by 1/2 inch. So you can see exposed soil after I've cut this down. Now before you begin scalping or mini scalping your lawn, you want to make sure your turf is dry. You also want to make sure you haven't applied a granular pre-emergent recently. If you did, you want to hold off on that. And finally, you want to bag up the clippings. You don't want the clippings to actually go back into the soil. It has no nutritional value whatsoever. It is dead grass, and what you do with dead grass is actually dispose of it. I actually have a way of disposing of my dead grass, so if you have a situation like mine, well, let's take a look. Now, if you have a situation like this where you have a wooded back area behind your home, or even a wooded area to the side of your home, what you can do is distribute your grass clippings along the back end of the fence. You want to smooth it out, but make sure not to pile it into a large hill. So you smooth it out along the back edges of the fence, and what's that going to do is provide a good weed block. It's going to make it very difficult for weeds to pop up, and it's going to be very difficult for weeds to actually creep up to the fence. So I take the back side of the rake and just try to go in one direction, going down the line along the back end of the fence. So as the rain and sunlight hits this over time, it's going to get hard, it's going to harden, and then it'll naturally decompose. So you can use this to your advantage. So remember, cutting a little bit at a time is much more manageable and easier to deal with. You can either do it all in one day, where you cut 0.5 inches in one pass, and then you come back around, cut another 0.5 inches, which is perfectly fine. Or if you don't have the time for it like I do, I would essentially cut down 0.5 inches and come back the next week after that and keep cutting down by 1/2 inch every week. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, give it a like. And click on these videos right here for more tips on DIY lawn care. With that, thanks for watching. Take care.